A warrant was issued for professional boxer Gervonta Davis.
He has
An update after a warrant was issued for professional boxer Gervonta Davis.
He has been booked again in jail, facing charges in connection with the domestic violence incident. I want to go now to local 10's Hannah Yushivi. She is live outside the jail right there in West Miami-Dade. Hannah, good afternoon.
Controversy, scandal, mayhem. The moment you all feared. You didn't want me to make this video about Gervonta Tank Davis. All the Tank Davis haters are in a world of trouble. As new information comes out regarding his situation, which completely contradicts a lot of the falsehoods and bad intel and information that has been put out. So leave it to me. Huh? Leave it to me to set the record straight in this godforsaken boxing game. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I told y'all gonna make this a lot of fun for me, man. Oh my God. Tank Davis was arrested by U.S. Marshals, but I've already done a video about that. So check that on the channel. This video is to shed light on the amount that Tank Davis is owed. So, first of all, I want you to just listen to a couple key things. This is a news clip reporting, and I'm going to tell you the error of their ways.
The jail right there in West Miami-Dade. Hannah, good afternoon.
Gervonta Davis woke up behind bars here today after Miami Gardens police officers arrested him yesterday. They had been searching for him for months, and according to police officers...
Did you catch it? I know y'all didn't catch it. Bro, I don't know what it is about Gervonta Tank Davis, but he got y'all going crazy. Listen to what she just said. This is a news clip, like an actual news. The information has been terrible. Listen one more time.
Arrested him yesterday. They had been searching for him for months, and according to police officers...
The news anchor claims that they had been searching for Gervonta Tank Davis for months. For months. Right? This is an outright lie. This is pure cappery at its finest. Right? And it's mind-boggling, in fact, how people just spread lies. Now, to further prove it, this is why they can't do this to Boxingego, man. Because I'm a content creator, dummy. I'm here to make content, right? And I made a video. It says, wanted man, Gervonta Davis officially charged with a warrant, right? The great thing about what I do and what I provide to the game, the Batman of boxing, is the fact that you have breadcrumbs, right? You have the breadcrumbs. Everything is documented. So I did a video the day the warrant was announced, the very first day, and you're looking on the screen, and what does that say? It says 2 weeks ago, not months ago, as she tried to say, but 2 weeks ago, right? So why would you contort the truth and switch it up and tell the public that he been on the lam and they've been looking for him for months, which makes no sense, right? Because if there was no warrant, why would they have been looking for him for months? So you mean to tell me people were looking for him prior to a warrant even being issued, which was only issued 2 weeks ago?
They had been searching for him for months, and according to police officers,
Bro, and this is a news channel. So don't get me started when we're talking about platforms like content creators, right? The TikToks, the Instagrams, the YouTubes, right? People have been lying on this man, Gervonta Tank Davis, and it's bad. But let's keep going.
he allegedly attacked one of his ex-girlfriends inside a strip club this past October. 31-year-old Gervonta Davis was arrested yesterday. Officers say the woman he allegedly attacked was his former partner and was working in the VIP section of a strip club when Davis grabbed her by the hair and throat, attempting to force her towards a parking lot. In a civil lawsuit, she's seeking $50,000 in damages, saying this was
She won $50,000, y'all.
in damages. In a civil lawsuit, she's seeking $50,000 in damages.
So there we go. The girl wants 50K. She won 50 racks.
Saying this was not the first time the professional boxer abused or threatened her. Police say for the woman, this was the incident that pushed her to finally come forward.
The victim reported sustaining minor injuries, including visible bruising to her left arm at the time the report was made, and she sought medical attention.
The woman told investigators the relationship had ended.
Bro, sought medical. Like, come on, bro. I'm not trying to make light of this, but sought medical attention for some light bruising on your arm? Like,
Time the report was made, and she sought medical attention, including visible bruising to her left arm at the time the report was made, and she sought medical attention.
The woman told investigators.
like what? Okay, what medical attention? What they gonna give you? An ice pack? What they gonna do for a bruise? You gotta wait for a bruise to subside. Do you see what I'm saying? Like what the doctor's gonna do? You need stitches for a bruise? Like what?
The relationship had ended about a month before that incident happened. After months of investigation, Miami Gardens police officers.
Again, she just said after months of investigation on Gervonta, after months of searching for this fugitive, bro, why do people keep ad-libbing when it comes to Tank? Hey, this Gervonta Tank Davis stuff, it gotta be studied, bro. Academics crashing out. Well, he got slapped, but I'm not talking about that part. He crashing out on Tank, telling people to call the feds and call for tip money, $10,000 reward. She lying on the actual news channel, keeps saying that he been on the land for months.
Before that incident happened. After months of investigation, Miami Gardens police officers, along with the help of the U.S. Marshals, arrested Davis yesterday evening at Miami's Design District, just as he was walking out of a store. This is...
Bro, so y'all said he was a fugitive at large in Cuba, and they're talking about he lives in Florida. The Miami issued the warrant in Miami. He was in Miami. I'm going to Miami. Venido a Miami. Right? He was in Miami in a popular shopping district, and he was walking out of a store when this great detective work, she literally just said the police task force along with the U.S. Marshals. So it took two different agencies to capture a muff with tats all over his body, light skin, and a pro body. Like, you needed all of that. Like you got Pablo Escobar or something. You know what I mean? You needed all these agencies to band together to find a muff who was shopping. Something about this case is not sitting right with me. It feels really fishy and really weird, but I do digress.
It's not the first time Davis is arrested. This most recent...
Not the first time he's been arrested. All right.
Video shows him bonding out of jail, surrounded by correctional officers, granting him some sort of special treatment nobody else, to our knowledge, has received at the jail after submitting bond.
Bro, now they're saying that they're bringing up previous cases talking about he got special treatment when he bonded out. What are you talking about, bro? Hey, yo, you ninjas tripping. What? Hey, bro, I gotta say it like Russell Westbrook. What? Hey, you ninjas tripping. Like, he's gotten special treatment and we've never seen this before. We don't have any documented case. Bro, he's a celebrity. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, whatever.
Nobody else, to our knowledge, has received at the jail after submitting bond. For this new crime, he's now facing these charges:
battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping.
Earlier today, Davis faced a judge.
Mr. Davis, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim. Also, no contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes.
So that was Tank speaking with the judge, and there's a stay away order. All she said is he can't contact the alleged victim. Stay away. Don't reach out. Don't hit her up on the gram. Don't call her, text her. Okay, big deal. That's pretty customary. But this is the part y'all been waiting for. But wait, there's more. Listen to this right here. You have to listen to this part.
We're expecting the professional boxer to bond out of jail any moment now. He's set to pay $8,500. That judge. We're expecting the professional boxer to bond out of jail any moment now. He's set to pay $8,500. That bond out of jail any moment now. He's set to pay $8,500. That judge pay $8,500. Now he's set to pay $8,500. That judge. Now he's set to pay bond out of expecting the.
Bro, get this out of here. The news reporter, I already corrected her mistakes for her. Talking about Tank's been on the run for months and they've been investigating for months looking for him. Makes no sense. So I've already set her straight there. But now the part that is accurate is he is set to bond out like James 007. He about to bond. That's a bar, right? For $8,500, not $85,000, $8,500, bro. What?
Stay away order, sir.
Yes.
We're expecting the professional boxer to bond out of jail any moment now. He's set to pay $8,500. That judge also telling him that he can't go back to that strip club where this incident happened. That's the very latest from TGK in West.
Bro, I'm so done with y'all. Y'all some liars. Y'all said Tank was in Cuba. Y'all said that Gervonta Davis fled the country. Y'all said he was at risk of being in a shootout or some type of O.J. Simpson, like some kind of O.J. chase or the white Ford Bronco or whatever you thought was going on right now, right? Because he was evading the law, and if he didn't turn himself in, it was going to get ugly. Okay. Then I put out a report based on the booking info showing that Gervonta absolutely was apprehended after this manhunt, right? I included in my report his mugshot, which you can see there for those Tank haters that want to see that, you know what I mean? And then I have the booking info. And on the booking info, it says that his bond is set at $16,000. Not that much money, bro. Now, typically, you got to pay about 10% of the total bond. And as I'm showing you on screen, his bond was set at $16,000. But it also has an asterisk by it saying that the amount is subject to change. So they made him pay roughly half, right? Bond information posted on this case charge, might not be the current amount. So for whatever reason, fine. They made him pay half of the 16,000 roughly, right? 8,000 is he's paying 8,500. But when you're a celebrity and a multimillionaire, I'm sure you spend that on belts or white tees or whatever. Tank clearly can swing $8,500, which is why the news report said he is expected to bond out shortly because he's not hurting for money in that way. Even without the Jake Paul fight or whatever, he's still got $8,500. So, what have we learned, people? That if it don't come from Boxingego, you probably can't trust it because you had a lot of content creators who inflated the severity of this whole situation. Now, I don't know the girl. The girl don't like you. Nobody likes you. Like, I don't know if she's telling the truth. I don't know if she's lying. I was not there for it. This is why in America, we have the judicial system and due process. They're going to have to present their case. But Tank met with the judge. First of all, I've seen some judges that were really ticked off, right? And they weren't playing no games. She told Tank, there's a stay away order. Do not contact this girl. Do you understand? And he was like, yes, done. Didn't sound like the judge was like, oh, we've been searching for you for months and weeks and you've been on the run. So I'm increasing that. Like, so something about this is not adding up, right? Because if the situation was as dire as what y'all was saying in the comment section, he's in Cuba and he's a fugitive and it's going to get real messy if he doesn't turn himself in, then why was the judge sounding pretty cool towards him, right? Wasn't really tripping, wasn't really flexing her power. She just said, stay away from the girl. Tank said, all right, cool. Bonding out for $8,500. The other thing, I'm not Matlock. I'm not Perry Mason. I'm not Judge Judy, right? But I know what I know. And if you commit the most heinous of atrocities, they're not letting you go for under $10,000. Point blank, period. Like, if you're the Unabomber and they're not going to put your bond on something that you clearly could bond out with. You know what I mean? Because, first of all, a lot of people that commit crimes aren't as loaded and financially wealthy as a Gervonta Tank Davis. So I've seen in cases where the people aren't celebrities and they have such an impossible bail depending on the severity of the charges. Like, it'll be $1 million. Even raising a percentage of that would be hard for most people, even 10% of $1 million, right? That would be very hard for the average person to just come with that to spring bail. You got to be Yellow Beezy or, somebody making some money to the point where you can spring that type of money because that is $100K and not everyone got 100 stacks to like disposable cash or whatever, liquid, right? So now we're talking about a multimillionaire in Gervonta Tank Davis, and literally the bail is set at $8,500.
Also telling him that he can't go back to that strip any moment now. He's set to pay $8,500. That bond out of jail any moment now. He's set to pay $8,500 to bond out of jail any moment now. He's set to pay $8,500. That
bro, he's set to pay $8,500. Not even $85,000, which even if you're wealthy or celebrity, maybe that's almost $100K. You don't want to lose that. That's not even a dent. $8,000, $9,000 for Tank is not even a dent. So once again, this is why I try to tell y'all I'm the Batman of boxing, the Bruce Wayne of boxing. I'm in the control center. I'm in the Batcave right now. giving you the information. You could believe me or you could believe Brand X. There are a lot of Haniac content creators, Shakur Stevenson, Shakurian content creators that have been hating on Tank. And they keep putting out false information. They were really acting like cops themselves and snitching and saying, Tank, turn yourself in. Tank is only going to get worse. And it was like wishful thinking. They were hoping and praying for the worst in this case. They were hoping the charges stick. They were hoping it was a shootout. They were hoping for some sort of escalation that made this situation a wrap for Gervonta Davis. And then come to find out, as I've already exposed in this video and my other reports, bail was not, bond was $10,000 or $16,000. He got out for less than 10, $8,500. That sounds like a deal to me, especially when you're a multimillionaire. It's not going to hurt him like that. So again, you name a high caliber O.J. Simpson level case where the person was sought after for these egregious, reprehensible charges, and the judge talked to him like that, and the bond was set at less than $10,000, that as a celebrity, a current celebrity, not like a washed up Scott Baio or something, but a current celebrity who makes money, right? He's gonna bond out. There's no way that a guy like Tank wouldn't bond. There ain't nobody want to sit in the can. So there's no way that Tank gonna sit in the can like Chris Tucker in Money Talks. They put their hands on you. Yeah. So I got out of the car and I slapped the cuffs on the cop and I said, I'm taking your ass to jail because you're the one tripping. They put their hands on you. Was it like this? Yeah. Or was it like this? Yeah. He tried to hit me up. He tried to really, yeah. Man, get the hell out of me, man. Fool, where your shirt at? Bro, ain't nobody trying to be in a box. And you got the money. You got $8,500. So any judge, any law enforcement official or whatever, they know a person of his stature, they're springing and they're bonding out. But you had academics talking about turn yourself in. You got to turn yourself in because you might not get bail. You might not get a bond. That might not be an option. Literally, he said that. He literally said that Tank, he was beefing with Tank and he was trying to say and advocate that Tank on the run is making it so much worse and bond might not be an option. Well, surprise, muff. Guess what? Bond is an option and Tank got it for the low. So what y'all talking about now? And it wasn't just academics. There were many of you that was talking about Tank and, he can never show his face, career over, career ruined, the Pacquiao fight not happening. Bro, this really is looking like a scratch. The girl wants $50,000. Again, I don't know if he's willing to pay or settle out of court. That's not for me. I'm not a cop. I'm not a DA, blah, blah, blah. But the girl wants $50K. He might throw some money at it. Like, here's $50K, whatever. F you, get out of my face, right? It's a reality. It's not like, the bottom line is, these are not the high stakes that a lot of these content creators put out. That Tank was like this fugitive at large. Like, I could understand if Tank shot at somebody, attempted unaliving, or actually unalive somebody. Now the stakes are like unforgivable, and you're going to have to get seen. This DV, I'm not trying to lighten the severity of it. DV is a serious offense as well. But I told you from day one that something about this was truly bizarre, and I felt they were using Gervonta Davis as a catalyst to bring attention to their unit. They had a full-on press conference like the man was the son of Sam and he was David Berkowitz and he was just running, shooting people with the fofo. And, at nighttime when they was in couples in Lover's Lane and None of that made sense for a standard DV case. Y'all try to turn this into the Diddy case so bad, where it's this big, RICO charges, and none of that seems to be the case. And a lot of people now look for these same content creators that spread this libel and defamation, and we're hoping and praying that Tank. They were like, "Oh, Tank's not going to be able to watch the Shakur Stevenson fight with Teofimo." Like, that's his highest concern anyway, right? The man's a father. He has a social life. He has money. He might not have watched that no matter what. But now that's not even an issue because he bonded out for $8,500. Man, you couldn't even make this up. Oh, man, I'm great. I told y'all I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Something about this whole case smells fishy. Like, I just pulled it up on Google, right? And I'm asking, in Florida, if you unalive somebody, what is likely on the lower side, the minimum bond or bail that you would have for such a serious offense? It says, in Florida, bail for unaliving is rarely set at a low minimum amount, as these are first degree, second degree, or life felonies, which often result in no bond, which is the denial of bail, or very high amounts, sometimes exceeding $100K to $500,000 plus. Which is exactly what Boxingego said to y'all. If bond is typically set based on the severity of the offense, right? Because they don't want you to be able to commit a serious atrocity and crime like unaliving somebody, and then if you're well off and you can just easily, without a scratch, just get out and do whatever you want up until your court stuff, right? So typically they have high amounts. So why is his bond so low if you guys were telling me, oh, he's a fugitive and they're waiting to catch him and the FBI is involved? None of this is adding up with the bond amount. Point blank, period. I did an amazing job here telling y'all the facts. But for the content creators who wanted to see Tank fail, better luck next time. And I need you as boxing fans, you should be in the comment section drilling these people for giving you false information based on a hope that Tank Davis gets punished through the furthest extent of the law. And again, the crazy part is some of these platforms or content creators claim to be hip hop or about the culture or about black folk or, whatever the case may be. I'm a street dude. What street dude is actively out here snitching like this? What street did you grow up on? Sesame Street? Like, none of this stuff is making sense. Dudes that claim to be thorough and real and street are wishing jail on somebody. I've heard rappers in the most intense beefs, and then one person that they're beefing with get arrested, and they're like, man, even though we was, at odds and going through our stuff, I wouldn't wish jail on nobody, or I wouldn't wish that on a RICO case on my worst enemy, because people like that, you can understand beef, but still have the humanity and like a code of conduct, right? Not just wishing the foul on people. So a lot of y'all got a lot of explaining to do because none of this is playing out how y'all said. The girl wants $50K at best for her case. Tank can easily swing that. I don't know if the amount changes or something. He's clearly either bonded out or will bond out, especially with the bond being that low. So where's all this, oh, he needs to turn himself in because it's getting dangerous and all this other stuff. So like I said from day one, this seemed inflated due to the character. They had Tank in their sights, so they amped it, did a whole press conference, and the Miami Gardens PD really should be ashamed of themselves for making it appear like there's probably a better usage of taxpayers' money than to do all this and make it look like Tank is the most dangerous person in America right now and a menace to society and, you know, this grotesque monster, and set up shop in press conferences. And then now we find out the judge is like, just don't talk to the girl. Your bond is set at $8,500. That's light. That's light. That is not like throwing the book at somebody, which is what y'all said was coming. I'm out. But for more boxing news, subscribe. For accurate boxing news, I'm your guy. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.